Have you ever eaten something that was so delicious? Well, think about how good God is and it's exponentially more than that. Our daily refresh comes from the 34th number of Psalms, the 8th stanza reads, Taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the one who takes refuge in him. So being able to find our safety in him, our peace in him, our comfort in him, that shows that goodness that we can feel just being in his presence. The YouVersion Bible app devotion is a refuge to run to. We live in unpredictable times. The things we value, the people we care about, the lives we lead, all of it feels uncertain and unstable. King David could relate. After years of faithful service to King Saul, the king plotted to murder David. Desperate, David fled to God, the home of the giant David, killed in battle. After being recognized by the people of God, David was so overwhelmed by fear that he pretended to go insane. The king of God was repulsed by his insanity, and so he threw David out of the city. By this time, David had escaped death multiple times. He was surrounded by people who hated him, and he had every reason to be anxious and fearful. But in the midst of his uncertain circumstances, he creates a song of praise to God for his greatness. I will praise the Lord at all times. I will constantly speak his praises. And that's from the 34th number of Psalms, the first stanza. Worshiping God put David's problems into perspective. Situations could shift, but God wouldn't. He was still powerful, constant, and ever-present. He didn't always remove David from hard situations, but he saw David through every difficult moment. I sought the Lord, and he answered me. He delivered me from all my fears. And that's from the 34th number of Psalms, the 4th stanza. God was the one who rescued David from his enemies. God was the one who repeatedly provided for his people in the midst of hard times. If he did it before, he can do it again. Right now, reflect on the ways God has been faithful to you. In what ways has he protected, provided, strengthened, and encouraged you? If you're struggling to think of examples, that's okay. If praise doesn't come easy to you right now, just read through the 34th number of Psalms and let its words become your personal prayer. The same God that David talks about is still doing great things in our world. He still listens to the cries of his people. God is still present in our pain. He is still at work in our uncertainty. And he is still all-powerful, even when we feel powerless. When nothing in life makes sense, you can still run to him and find refuge. So I hope that you know that God is so God that you can run to at any time of day. He's never too busy. He's not going to ignore your phone call. He's not going to ignore your knock on the door. He's not going to ignore your text message. All of those things that people can do, God is listening. Now, he might not answer your prayers the way that you want him to, but he's going to answer your prayers in the way that he knows is best for you. So keep all that in mind, and remember, whenever you need a safe haven or a place to take refuge, you can take refuge in God. God bless you.